All right, here's our top story. The Aam Aadmi Party has announced its pick for 5 Rajya Sabha seats. Former cricketer Harbhajan Singh and Delhi MLA Raghav Chadha, who was Aam Aadmi Party's in charge in the run-up to the assembly polls, has been nominated by the party. Apart from Bhaji and Raghav Chadha, the party has also nominated IIT Delhi Associate Professor Sandeep Pathak. Mind you, Sandeep Pathak was the brain behind the back room where Aam Aadmi Party's Punjab mission was concerned. On the other hand, lovely professional university founder Chancellor Ashok Mittal and industrialist Sanjeev Arora. After its resounding win in Punjab, Aam Aadmi Party got the chance to nominate 5 members to the upper house, as the Rajya Sabha term of 5 members from Punjab have either ended or will end soon. Today was the last day to file nominations, and all 5 members did so by 1 p.m. Meanwhile, let's quickly move on to the other big political news. The suspense for the next Chief Minister of Uttarakhand has ended. Pushkar Singh Dhami would be the next Chief Minister of Uttarakhand. The decision was taken at the Legislative Party meet in Uttarakhand. Uncertainty mounted by the fact that Dhami had lost his election, however, has retained his CM-ship. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh and Union Ministers Prahlad Joshi had flown to Uttarakhand as observers ahead of the declaration. The announcement means that the incoming Chief Minister would have to win an assembly seat in the next 6 months to continue as CM.
इस 47 विधायकों ने बिल्कुल करतल ध्वनि से श्री पुष्कर धामी का समर्थन किया। इसीलिए अंत में मैंने पुष्कर धामी को विधायक दल के नेता के रूप में निर्वाचित घोषणा की। पुष्कर धामी को अपनी तरफ से बधाई देता हूँ और मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि इनके नेतृत्व में उत्तराखंड तेजी के साथ विकास करेगा।
क्या कर रहे हो?
और मैं आश्वस्त हूँ कि उत्तराखंड केवल तेजी के साथ विकास ही नहीं करेगा, बल्कि उत्तराखंड का एक बहुआयामी विकास होगा।
Meanwhile, let's get you the latest from Pakistan. Clouds of political uncertainty are looming large over Pakistan horizon as the opposition calls for a no-confidence motion against Imran Khan on the March 25th. Marred by economic crisis and runaway inflation, even Imran's own MPs have joined the chorus to replace the incumbent Prime Minister. Here's more.
Trouble is mounting for Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan. The neighbouring country is grappling with a bout of political instability. A united opposition is gunning for the beleaguered Prime Minister, planning a no-confidence motion against him and a sit-in protest if the move is stalled. At least 14 of Imran's MPs have bolted to opposition, blaming the Pakistan Prime Minister for the economic crisis and runaway inflation.
आज भी उनका शो ऑफ फोर्स था। पुलिस के थ्रू उन्होंने पार्लिमानी लॉजेस पे हमला करके शो ऑफ फोर्स किया, और जो धमकी खान साहब 27 फरवरी का दे रहे हैं कि अगर कोई मेंबर ने अपना वोट का हक इस्तेमाल करना है तो उनके कारकुन के बीच से जाना पड़ेगा, वो भी एक थ्रेट है यूज ऑफ फोर्स का।
Pakistan is witnessing double-digit inflation in food items, petrol, clothing and health services. But Prime Minister Imran Khan has been slammed for his remark that he is not there to control prices of aloo and tomato.
मैं 25 साल पहले जब सियासत शुरू की थी तो मैं इसलिए नहीं आया था कि टमाटर की क्या कीमत है और आलू की क्या कीमत है। मैं इसलिए आया था कि मैं पाकिस्तानियों को एक कौम बनाना चाहता था।
Cornered Imran, meanwhile, is seeking support from the Pakistan Army to tide over the crisis. His meeting with Pakistan Army Chief Qamar Bajwa amid the storm has raised eyebrows. But the opposition remains hopeful on Pakistan Army's neutrality.
ना पाकिस्तान तरक्की कर सकता है।
The opposition wants voting on the no-trust motion at the earliest. Is the clock ticking on Imran Khan Niazi? Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, this is extremely sad news that is coming in. A China Eastern Airlines passenger jet with 132 people on board crashed in the mountains of southern China while on a flight from the city of Kunming to Guangzhou. The jet involved in the accident was a Boeing 737 aircraft, and the number of casualties was not immediately confirmed. The state broadcaster CCTV said rescue services are on their way to the scene. There is no word on the cause of the crash. The plane was a 6-year-old 737-800 aircraft. According to Flight Trader 24, media reports cited a rescue official as saying the plane had disintegrated completely. A fire sparked by the crash burnt down bamboo and trees before being put out. Meanwhile, Russia's invasion of Ukraine continues. Russian forces are going all out now to capture the port city of Mariupol and have reportedly even entered the heart of Ukraine's third largest city. Battered and ravaged, Ukraine has refused to lay down arms. This comes after Russia hit an art school sheltering 400 people only hours before offering to open corridors out of the city. Here's more.
Once a beautiful, bustling metropolis, it now has become hell on earth for residents, with Russian troops very close now to the heart of the city. As they look to capture this crucial urban center on the Azov Sea coast, they've sent out an offer to Ukrainian troops to raise the white flag in Mariupol and move out. But Ukraine is refusing to give in or budge from their city. Ukrainian officials have defiantly rejected the Russian offer to Ukrainian forces to lay down their arms and surrender. The Deputy Prime Minister of the country responded with a clear no to Moscow's offer. Ukraine has been putting up a brave face, but on the ground things are going from bad to worse visibly. Russia over the weekend bombed an art school that was converted into a shelter with 400-odd civilians inside. President Zelensky referred to the strike as the work of a mass murderer, putting the global spotlight on the city of Mariupol. Hundreds of residents still remain stranded in the port city and are fast running out of food and water. With non-stop shelling, people are forced to stay underground, coming up only to bid farewell to their loved ones and burying them anywhere they find space.
We have been in a basement for 11 days. This is the 25th day of war. We have been counting every one of them. We hope for the best, to live as humans. The apartment have been broken. Everything is broken. Where can we go from the basement? We are cooking at a fire. For now, we have some food and some firewood. In a week, we will have nothing, no food at all. What should we do?
But why is President Putin hell-bent on grabbing Mariupol? For starters, capturing this city would mean a full 100% control of the Sea of Azov. It's also just 50 kilometers from Russia and 85 kilometers from the Donetsk and Lugansk regions, both Russian-held. Putin is doing everything he can to get Mariupol to surrender, because it will help him extend dominance over Crimea. And the Russian president's Mariupol plan has led to unprecedented civilian casualties, a children's hospital bombed, mass graves in the heart of the city, and even shelters completely destroyed. With Rajesh Pawar in Kyiv, Ukraine, Bureau Report, India Today.
Meanwhile, it's day 26 of Putin's invasion, and key Ukrainian cities continue to be battered by Russian airstrikes. Several cities, including the capital city of Kyiv, have suffered damage from unrelentless bombardment.
A shopping mall on fire, schools shelled, and multiple airstrikes. Ukraine continues to face the unsparing onslaught of Putin's war machine. With the Russian invasion of Ukraine entering its 26th day, the blood is continuing to flow on the streets of Kyiv, Mariupol, and many other cities and towns spread across this big country. Several buildings in the capital city of Kyiv have suffered damage from relentless Russian bombardment in the last 24 hours. A shopping center in Kyiv was heavily damaged after a massive explosion struck the capital city by Russian shelling, leading to at least 6 deaths. Images on your screen show the deadly aftermath of that attack, while rescuers continued to save residents. But the forces advancing from the direction of Hostomel to the northwest were repulsed by fierce Ukrainian resistance. The Russian forces have made an all-out assault on the port city of Ukraine's Mariupol with multiple airstrikes. The western Ukrainian city of Rivne witnessed 2 massive missile strikes on a training ground, captured on night camera. The port city of Odessa too has witnessed huge destruction due to shelling from Russian naval artillery. But Ukraine continues to mount a counterattack on Russian forces. The country has refused to back down even after 26 days of constant battering. A Russian warship, for instance, was targeted by Ukrainian forces, leading to a huge explosion off the coast of Odessa. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky says that direct talks with his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin is the ultimate solution to end this extended battle.
It is already the 25th day since the Russian military has been vainly trying to find imaginary Nazis from whom they allegedly wanted to defend our people. Just as they are vainly trying to find Ukrainians who would meet them with flowers. And most importantly, the Russian military cannot find a way home. That is why our soldiers help them with the path to God's judgment.
The focus of entire military operations have shifted to a small port city of Mariupol on Azov Sea coast. The city has been surrounded by the Russian troops. The Ukrainians are still resisting in some pockets in Mariupol, and it looks like more than 90% of the city is under Russian control. They have given a choice to the people there that they may leave, lay down their weapons, and they can leave the city. They will not be harmed. But if they do not do that, then the offensive will progress and many more casualties can be seen.
With Rajesh Pawar in Kyiv, Ukraine, Bureau Report, India Today.
With that, I'm going to go into a quick break. To stay with us on the other side is our fact check segment. Welcome back. You're watching our fact check segment where we bust certain claims masquerading to be facts on social media platforms and WhatsApp groups. There's a claim suggesting hundreds of graves dug for Russian soldiers killed in the Ukraine war. With fact check to it, 2021 video of a ritualistic practice in Surgut city of Russia, nothing to do with the current context of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. With that quick fact check, it's time for us to go into a quick break. You do stay with me on the other side. It's to the point.